Hey everyone, welcome into my video, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming and watching my Clue 1 reveal. I am very excited that I have finished Clue 1 of this mystery knit along before Clue 2 comes out. So very excited and proud of that. That's always my goal with these Stephen West mystery knit alongs. I want to keep up with the clues because for me, part of the fun is like that challenge of seeing if I can really finish each clue in the allotted week. So it's my goal every year. This is my second year doing the mystery knit along, so I'm trying to keep up. Last year I was able to do it with the Go-Go Dynamo. I finished it in 35 days from start to finish, so I was very proud of that. I am hoping that I can keep that trend alive this year. So I'm off to a good start. And I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show my Clue 1 in just a second, but it is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't finished your Clue 1 and you don't want to know what it looks like yet, and you've somehow managed to avoid all the spoilers of this week, then this is your last chance to not pay attention and click away from this video until you're ready to see what Clue 1 looks like. So I don't want to be the reason anyone gets spoiled that didn't want it spoiled. So this is your warning now, and while you're deciding whether to watch or not, I'm going to review my colors. So I used this purple for color A, and color B was this blue. My color C is here, this yellow, and color D is this green. And for my mohair dare, I am just using last year's leftover mohair from the Go-Go Dynamo, which is this yellow. So those are my colors, and without further ado, here is my completed Clue 1. So I have all 6 scallops here. Starting at the bottom here is scallop 1. So for scallop 1, I didn't use any mohair because I just wanted to see how the colors would interact without any additional mohair dare. But I did want to participate in the mohair dare, so I decided to pair my mohair, since it's yellow. In scallop 2, I paired it with my yellow yarn. So you can kind of see it here in the brioche. It's a little bit faint because my mohair is pale, so it doesn't really stand out that much, but you can definitely feel that it is like very fuzzy and soft and very nice. But I didn't want to do my mohair at the same part for every scallop, so I was trying to figure out how can I make the next scallop different with mohair. And so I was like, I'll just add the mohair during a different section, but I wanted to make the whole thing balanced. I didn't want like heavy mohair on one side and then not enough on the other side. So I decided to do the brioche here with just the regular color C, no mohair, but I've added the mohair here in the eyelet section, and I've paired it with color A here. And so in scallop 4, which is directly opposite of scallop 2, so there's scallop 2, this is scallop 4, I decided to add the mohair here into the purple brioche. And so it's kind of, the mohair is balanced on either side, and, but they're still different because here the mohair is paired with the purple and here the mohair is paired with the yellow. So for scallop 5, it's like right in the middle. So I thought since scallop 1 is right below it and it doesn't have any mohair at all, then why not make this one the most visible mohair, because it's going to stand out the most and it's right in the middle, so it can maintain the balance of mohair on either side. So that's why these scallops here are kind of green looking, because I have paired my mohair with them. And lastly, for scallop 6, if you recall, for scallop 3 on this side, all the way over here, I used my mohair with the eyelets, but I did it with the purple. So here for scallop 6, I also used it in the eyelet section, but I used it with the green. So kind of just like playing around with the mohair dare and just trying to have some fun. You know, I wanted to make them unique, and you know, it also kind of changed it up for me as the crafter. You know, I didn't have to just make the same scallop over and over, because I just wanted to change it up. You know, I didn't want to get bored of making them. But yes, there is a lot going on in this clue. It is very busy, and there are 6 scallops, so it's very busy times 6. But I will say, it is, once it's like all put together, I'm like very interested in it. I had my doubts while I was making them, but seeing all 6 of them connected like this makes me excited for the next phase, because I'm just really interested to see where we're going to build from here. Yeah, I'm assuming that, you know, maybe we'll pick up knitting here where all these live stitches are. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen next, but I have no idea what design elements could possibly be coming our way. I am wondering if the whole shawl is going to be this busy, or if there's going to be some kind of breathing room in there, or, you know, just generally what shape it's going to be. This really has not given anything away, because this could really be any part of the shawl. If any of you remember from last year's Mystery Knit Along, Clue 1 actually ended up being a section in the middle of the shawl. So despite having this I-cord edge, it's not necessarily the edge of the shawl. So I kind of have a feeling that we're going to be picking up stitches on the I-cord edges at some point. I don't know, I feel that. That's like my intuition there, because, you know, this is kind of triangular. And so I kind of feel like maybe we'll build up like this on either side at some point during this MKAL. I don't know though. So what do you guys think is going to happen? And what did you guys think of Clue 1? I would say overall this was a pretty fun clue. I had fun with all the variety. The part I did not like so much was the welts. They're really interesting, and like, you know, they make this like tab on the fabric, so it's like a 3D element. I think that is really cool and interesting, but I wasn't the biggest fan of making the welts. You know, it's kind of annoying doing the short rows back and forth and those stitches on the sides. If any of you guys made this, you know what I'm talking about with the welts. Trying to keep those like a couple stitches on the needles while you go back and forth making them. It was a challenge, but I will say the more I worked on it and the more scallops I did, the better I got at doing the welts. But my biggest problem with the welts was that I just kept forgetting to do the yarn overs. So I would finish the welt and close it off and be like, whew, thank goodness I'm done with that welt. And then I would count my stitches and realize that I didn't do any of the yarn overs. And so then, you know, you have to either add the yarn overs back on the next round retroactively, or rip it out and try again with remembering to do the welts or the yarn overs. So yeah, that was a struggle for me. But you know, it was worth it because this came out really nice, and I'm really excited for what comes next. Also, I would love to give some appreciation to the back. The back is also like really nice and clean once you weave in all the ends, which I would like to point out, all my ends are weaved in except for these two here and maybe one more. Yeah, here. All the color A loose ends are not woven in yet because they are connected to live stitches, so I don't really want to do anything with that until we know what comes next, because then I'll just weave them in on the next row, and I don't want to mess up any of the live stitches. But other than that, everything is weaved in. So yeah, overall I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm really glad that I stuck with it, and I had the determination to finish it before Clue 2 comes out. So I'm really proud of myself for meeting that goal. And yeah, I hope you guys will come back and check out how my Clue 2 goes. I'm hoping to do a similar video like this, kind of talking about it, and overall feelings and everything. Yeah, so overall, pretty excited, and I really liked getting to talk with some of y'all via Instagram or YouTube about, you know, how your Clue 1 is going and, you know, likes and dislikes and all of that. I think that's part of the magic of the mystery knit-alongs, is that you get to connect with a bunch of people from all over the place and discuss the same pattern, and it's kind of fun because it's an easy way to get to know people or, you know, expand connections that you already have. So yeah, hoping to do more of that with this MKAL, and I hope you guys will come back and check out my Clue 2 whenever that's done. So make sure you come back and check it out. Thanks.